We've got an update on Fort Worth firefighter Caleb Halvorson I want to share with you tonight, whose case is now actually leading to an I-team investigation into just how first responders are being treated when they're hurt on the job. So Halvorson, for instance, was crushed, as we know, when a garage collapsed on him while he was fighting a house fire last fall. His case drew widespread attention after his family had shared that workers' compensation had denied and in some cases delayed some of his care. Since then, dozens of first responders, including others whose stories have made headlines as well, have been speaking out. And as the I-Team's Ginger Allen uncovered, long after the cameras were gone, they fight for the care that they feel they deserve.
It was right about there.
Just south of Texas Motor Speedway, off 114, Shauna Mormon stands just feet from where her life changed.
Right about where that wrong way sign is.
She was responding to a rollover crash when a truck slammed into her fire engine and then into her.
Launched me 8-10 feet into the air.
The 27-year veteran Fort Worth firefighter faced devastating injuries.
The original injury was here to here.
And 10 surgeries.
I spent almost 2 months in the hospital. I almost lost my leg multiple times.
But the battle that followed wasn't just medical. When her doctor requested a knee replacement, workers' compensation said no. Not once, not twice.
It was 3 denial letters, and it took the current doctor I'm seeing now 3 4-page letter. He went to war for me, and finally we got it approved.
We're also staying on top of breaking news. A Fort Worth fire truck lost control and flipped around 2:30 this morning.
Daniel Terrell is a 20-year veteran Fort Worth firefighter, thrown from a fire engine when it rolled over.
I had, I think, 13 or 14 skull and facial fractures. Crushed a bunch of cranial nerves. There's a video of me getting drug out of the windshield, intubated, and we're arguing over whether I should be able to select a surgeon to operate on my eye. If you're hurt, the only thing that you should ever think about is healing and getting healthy.
The I-Team found their stories are not unique. A Fort Worth firefighter who fell through an attic tells me he was denied therapy after breaking his back. Another, heard searching for missing campers in Kerrville, says workers' comp passed him around like a Marlboro cigarette. And the stories are not unique to Fort Worth. In Bedford, a retired police officer said the system, which made him wait 5 months in pure agony for a surgery, is all money-driven. In Hutchins,
after this SUV slid into an accident scene Saturday, injuring 4 first responders.
A firefighter hit and thrown under a police cruiser told me workers' comp is a nightmare. And in Arlington,
Firefighter Brady Weaver remains hospitalized.
Firefighter Brady Weaver was shot in the line of duty.
In the back of the ambulance, my vision kind of started going in and out. And all I could think is, I can't leave these kids at home.
The bullet went through his belt, missed his heart by a centimeter, and pierced his lung.
The bullet's still lodged just in the muscle.
Even after being honored by the governor, Weaver says he is still facing mounds of bureaucracy.
This is the first denial that I received.
And bills.
$822, $1096. Workers' comp won't cover it. We put our lives on the line, and they treat us like someone who stubbed their toe at work and is just trying to get a payout.
To understand who these first responders are fighting, you first need to understand how the system works. When a city employee is hurt, he or she files a workers' comp claim. From there, the city's workers' comp insurance carrier decides whether the case is approved. If it is denied, appeals go to the Texas Department of Insurance. State data shows more than 500,000 claims have been filed since 2021. Documents obtained by the I-Team show more than 82,000, that's about 16%, received an initial denial.
Who are these firefighters fighting?
You've got this web of organizations, and they're so powerful. And so for one individual firefighter or police officer, they almost don't have a chance.
State Representative Jared Patterson says many first responders are told decisions are up to the insurance carriers. But he says cities still have authority.
The city's hiring these insurance companies.
That's right. That's right, 100%.
Patterson has been pushing for reform since 2019. But he says some cities, including his own, have lobbied against his legislation.
It's mainly been the cost. The men and women that serve as first responders need their own workers' comp system, only to them as employees.
Back in Fort Worth, council member Charlie Lauersdorf says change can't wait.
You hear, oh, what about fraud? What about this? Let's trust our first responders to do the right thing. So let's get them healthy, let's get them back to work, and let's just prove it as it comes through and then worry about everything else on the backside.
After firefighter Caleb Halvorson struggled to get care, Lauersdorf pressed the city manager to step in. Emails obtained by the I-Team show Lauersdorf also asked for a full review of the city's workers' comp system and proposed reconstructing the process.
I think that the city and the council really need to reevaluate it. There's multiple firefighters that have been injured over and over and over, very blatantly obvious on-the-job injuries, and then we still have to fight.
So we reached out to several North Texas cities to discuss this issue. A Fort Worth spokesperson said the city follows all guidelines, is adding staff to address the problems, and it holds its insurance carrier, which is Sedgwick, responsible. So we contacted Sedgwick. The carrier referred us back to the city, but just yesterday in an email exchange, we did learn the two have been meeting, but they do not have an update for us at this time. Regarding the other cities, I have put all of their responses on our website.
Creates a few questions in my mind. I'll start with the simple and easiest one. What's the discussion, the reaction at the state level right now with this?
Okay, so workers' comp is the division of the Department of Insurance, which is where any one of us can appeal an insurance decision. The division says the carriers make the decisions, and it encourages employees to contact them with problems. So I also talked to the Texas State Association of Firefighters. Talked to two spokespersons there. They call this a massive problem, but one that is better than it was 10 years ago. So take a look at these numbers. They say the denial rate was 90%, and today it's at about 40%.
So where does the State Fire Association put blame then?
Okay, so you heard a lot of people blaming the cities. They do put blame on the cities, except in a few cases where they say the city, and this was their words, truly has signed its rights away to the carrier or to the Texas Municipal League, which is a risk pool that several of the cities are involved in. You know, Doug, there's just a lot of finger pointing here, and we will continue to talk to these lawmakers who say they will get a fix.
And worth mentioning, you don't get everybody in the piece, but you said you talked to 24 firefighters here.
I actually wrote down the numbers, more than 24 of them. Many of them very outspoken, but some of them very afraid of retaliation, which is sad. Doug, these people put their lives on the line for us every day. I truly believe it is now our job to ask the questions to get the answers they deserve.
No question about it. That's why the I-Team is here. That's why we're here doing what we do, getting questions answered. Ginger, thank you so much.